I was a kid when I saw it. I was in school when I saw Ritu, this, that, and this girl only. I said, no, after watching the film, when I came out, she was feeling heaviness in her heart. She's like, I was in school. I loved you, Ritu. I still love you, this, that. Then I was like, oh, thanks for making me feel old. She's like, no, no, no. I met Asif after 13 years. Last I met him during Idina Madekatha. We really hugged and kissed, and then we literally took it from where we left. I'm in Bombay, so I went. I didn't expect much people there, but it was houseful. So, so the moment your film is houseful, you're happy.
When did you watch?
On the third day, I think Saturday or something. So it was houseful there in Bombay, Kurla, PVR, and that itself is a big thing. Yeah, people not getting tickets for your movie, it's a dream. So I was basking in that dream, and then actually it's a suspense film, and I knew the suspense obviously because you worked on it. So it's very objectively to look at a film like that, especially a suspense or a horror film that you worked on, very difficult. So I saw the film, and in the end, I was surprised. We got a standing ovation. People started clapping, and I was, and then I went with my friend, and I asked my friend. He said, "That good? I like the film. It's decent, but the kind of reactions that it's invoking." So then outside, when I came out, it was a shopping mall. So I went to buy something. There, this girl was there. She looked at me, and suddenly she reacted after 10 seconds. Arey, you are that guy, na, from Ritu. I said, yeah. Okay, how come you're here? This, that. I said, I came to watch this film. Acha, acha. So your friend has worked. I said, I have worked. Then she was like, which one? Oh shit, I could not recognize you. You are that investigating officer, this, that. So it's like a compliment for an actor. That, and then she was also very low, down, and I asked her, ki, what happened? She's like, no, no, actually, the film left an impression, something, I'm coming out with a heavy heart. So that's when I realized actually people are coming out with it. She's like, I'm very sorry that I'm not in my cheerful mood. I really like you, but the film is such that I don't know how to react. So that time I knew ki it is going to make an impact, because when the audience leaves the hall thinking about your film, then it's a good sign. Uh, so I could not have that impact, maybe because I know the story and I worked on it. But nice. God's grace, touch wood. Nice. Yeah.
It was released during the festival season, Onam. So first couple of days, I assumed that people might be looking for something thrilling. I mean, thrilling, yeah, of course, is thrilling. More action-oriented humor, kind of families naturally in a festival mode might like that. No, so first couple of days, I thought that would be the scene. But when you're saying that on the third day it was houseful, that itself is like, now still 1 week passed, and now yesterday I watched it
It's
second
picking
time.
up. It's a slow burner. It's picking up. Why I am saying, see, it's not only because of houseful. Uh, Generally, first, second, third day, many people films go houseful. That's not the thing. Trailer was also good, so we expected. But the kind of reaction that people were giving after watching the film, that speaks a lot. The moment, generally, what happens? We go, we watch a film, we enjoy, we come out, we forget about the film. But even half an hour after watching the film, if you're carrying that thing, heaviness in your heart, it means it has touched the audience in some way. So that means your film is working. So I was like relieved then. Then I came, I called Dinjit sir, and I said, sir, it's doing great. People are like, I really don't know how, but people are getting affected. And Dinjit sir was like, yeah, even I did not expect such a huge reaction. We all knew we made a good film, but this overwhelming response happens, I guess, once in a lifetime, and I want it to happen many a times in my lifetime. It's a dream come true for any artist.
What was the thread that was, when they approached you? I don't know who approached you. Was it Dinjit?
Alex approached me, the Goodwill Films and Kaka Stories, the owner of Kaka Stories, Alex. Alex and me, we go back a long way. During Apuro Ragam, he was the EP, executive producer. Asif, me, and Alex. So that was his first film, I guess, if I'm not wrong. So he called me once and he's like, Nishan, I'm making a film and I want you to be a part of it. He's like, it's a small role, but I said, no, no worries, Alex. Who's there? He said, Asif is there. I said, you, Asif, it's like family. Yeah, we'll do it. No problem. So I went and then I met Dinjit sir there. And Dinjit sir said, actually, when we were casting for the role, the first thing that came up in our mind was your name. My assistant suggested, and we were in a doubt whether you'd do the film or not. I said, why not, sir? I'm an actor. I'm from a film school. So we are taught that script is the utmost important thing. And plus, you all are family, Alex, Asif. So there's no two ways about it. I will do it. And the moment you're shooting, from first day itself, even though I have a small role but important role, but when you're shooting, the director knows everything. He knew what he wanted. Every small, minute expression, like obviously a scene is given to you, interpret in a way. If he likes, he'll keep. If he doesn't like, he'll say, Nishan, here it is little less, make it a little more, or here it's more cut down. He knew his edit. So that's the best part. So that time I knew I was in safe hands. The film cannot go wrong that way. That's sure.
The audience might be very curious to know, as in meeting friends, meeting after a few years. I'm assuming, like, in between you were not.
Yeah, I didn't expect this kind of a reaction. The kind of messages I'm getting on social media, they are like, so happy you're back, brother, with Asif and all. Actually, people love this combo, I guess. I think Asif and my stars are aligned somewhere because whatever films we did Ritu, Apuro Ragam, it was hit. And then Idinammade Katha, it's whenever it comes on satellite TV, matlab, channels, people message me, they love the film, and now Kishkindha Kaandam. So I guess our stars are aligned in such a way that people like us.
How was that meeting friends after a few years?
It was great. I think that video is there on social media. One of the guy was doing the making. He caught that thing. I met Asif after 13 years. Last I met him during Idinammade Katha. So, believe me, there was not even one awkward moment. We really hugged and kissed, and then we literally took it from where we left. So it was not as if I couldn't see a 13-year gap in our friendship. It's not that we talk every day. Asif is a very reserved person. But when we met, we were like brothers, long lost brothers. I guess this happens if you debut together, like if you studied in a school or college together, or if it's your first film. Asif, Rima and me. Rima also, I am not in touch with her on a regular basis. But when I saw her film on Netflix, I messaged her. Like we take it off from where we left. So that kind of connection is there. So good.
The best part is that this year, this is the second or third film. Yeah, in between there was Level Cross, but Talavan Asif's film was good, and here this is like a super hit. And you being part of that film is also kind of a joyful moment.
I would like to believe that. Actually, Asif's last 2, 3 films did quite well, which is good. Seeing your friends grow, it's nice. It's a nice feeling.
There's a kind of interrogation scene where you are interacting with Asif also. So how was that scene taking shape?
Since it was a serious kind of a scene, he was also in the mood. So we did not joke that day. He came but after the scene, yeah, it was good. We were back to being friends. But when there's a very high intensity scene, we tend to give each other space. And because throughout the film is in such a somber mood, right? And with me, the sequences that he has with me or I have with his father, Vijay Raghavan sir, it's a very serious thing. So I didn't want even when I was shooting with Vijay Raghavan sir, I wanted to go and talk and have a light chat moment and all, introduce myself. But when I went and I sat that interrogation scene, he was in the character. Matlab, so I was like, I didn't want to disturb him because as a performer, I know how difficult it is to be in that moment. And he had a lot to do, even though he didn't have dialogues. It's a lot of things running inside his head, and so I didn't want to disturb that. So I let it be.
And that's a very crucial scene also, where while he's he has confusions. He's looking at himself, and his gestures like mannerisms are there. Playing with his fingers and toes, and in this film we didn't see Vijay Raghavan. We have been seeing a popular character only. While working with him in that scene, and when you're watching that film, how did you look at it?
While working with him, as I said, I didn't want to disturb him because even the scene was such that this officer comes, he meets him for the first time and he interrogates. So I'm also meeting him for the first time and he's in that mood. So it went great. So after watching the film, I realized, like when you watch it in a flow, what this man was doing, it's a brilliant job that he did. Like you're confused whether he remembers, he doesn't remember. So many things going on in his head. It's not easy to play such a character with so much complexity. He did a great job, Vijay sir.
We were debating, as in, whose film is this? Is this story of Apupilla or Ajay Chandran, or is it Aparna's story? So it's like, and even that house is also a character. So is it story of that house? So that way. So how did you analyze that film?
Isn't it a mark of a good film, great film, that people debate whose film it is? This should be the thing. No? Everyone has their own interpretation. It should not be about one person. It's a story about many people, and it's great. You can have like I remember after watching the film, people were asking. My friends were there. Is like, yeah, ये सही में भूल गया या भूलने की acting कर. I don't want to reveal much suspense here, but so I said it's the way you look at it. That's the beauty of a good film. Ki you can interpret it in many ways. See, the confusion that the son is in, the officers are in, the audience are also in the same confusion. We don't know how much he remembers. We don't know whether he's feigning it or not. We don't know anything. So that's the best part. I think even the character doesn't know. That isn't the character, Apupilla's character, how much he remembers. So all those things. And everyone's like, "Arey, wo kahan gaya? Bachcha kahan gaya? Ye kahan gaya?" So I said, that no one knows. That's for you to figure out. So everything can't be spoon fed. So this is what people have been thinking, and the more you think, the more the film works.
And at one point, he's saying that this memory loss is also a blessing. And the interesting part is that while we are all watching the film, we are being given the information what is required for that scene. So it's evolving. Unlike any thriller which goes fast paced, and we all will be rushing along with the protagonist as in what's happening, kind of. This is
No,
not
here
that.
it's every scene, even the audience is trying to decode, na? Along with the characters. So I think that's the best part. It's a slow burner. Everyone's trying to decode. Acha, this has happened. This has happened. Because no one knows what is happening. The characters, the audience, the confusion is there, which is good. Bahul Ramesh, the DOP, he's written it brilliantly. He wrote, like, it's very difficult to write such a film.
Like you read in the literature, he has already written in paper and written on camera, kind of.
Yeah, actually, even the visuals, even when the teaser first came or the trailer, people, my friends here, they are not Malayalis. They watch in Hindi and Hollywood films, and they loved the visuals so much. Even the background music, Dinjit sir did a great job with all these things coming together. You have to give 100 marks to the director, along with the writer and DOP. The background music, everything falls into place. Even the small characters people remember, and I think that's the mark of a good film, where apart from the hero and the heroine, you remember every character, every small little character. You pick any good film in any language, and you'll at least remember 5 to 6 characters from that film, minimum, which is a good thing. Otherwise, it's only about 1 or 2 people.
Very true. I know most of these actors who have worked like one scene, two scenes. But as you rightly said, everyone has put in their, and I think the director has that vision, as in, how and what extent. So talking about that, how was it working with Dinjit? Because I have heard that he does storyboarding, like, he knows where to place the camera. He has planned everything in the beginning only before the shoot. So
See,
how is it working with him?
as I said, it was completely planned. He knew what he wanted. And believe me, when you work with such directors, last I worked with Sham sir, Sibi sir, Priyan sir, they knew what they wanted. Not even one extra emotion. I'm not even talking about take, not even one extra emotion, one extra expression. They don't want that. They know if you're giving them something better, they'll take it. So Dinjit was like that. If he liked something, he took it. If he wanted, he's like, no, I want exactly this. So it was great working with him. So because generally what happens, many directors I've seen, when they're not sure about the edit, they take shots from different angles. Many takes, they take different angles because then they like कि edit में देख लेंगे. So we'll play in the edit. So what happens then? Ki the actor gets tired because every angle you're giving. So again, like every shot, they'll take at least 7 to 8 takes because different angles. So you become mechanical after a certain point of time. But here, this helps when a director knows what he wants. So good. And mark my words, Dinjit sir will go a long way. He has script sense. He has cinematic sense, aesthetic sense, and he's a very sensible guy, down to earth. So he'll go a long way.
Nice hearing that. And you might have been watching Malayalam films like in 2024. Most of the Malayalam films have been quite memorable, made it memorable for the audience. So have you watched any other Malayalam film recently?
The theater I saw Manual Boys. I've seen a lot. I can't recollect the names. But yeah, I remember watching Manual Boys. I really loved the film. It's brilliant. What thrill they created, huh? Matlab, you don't expect, because I actually didn't see the trailer also, so I didn't know what it was about. So I straight away went to the hall and I'm seeing, okay, boys playing this. Suddenly this happens and oh God. So the tug of war thing was used beautifully. It's nice.
Life keeps you busy, but by any chance, did you watch Ritu after that?
Ritu, not the complete film. Whenever it comes on television, maybe a scene or 10 minutes, 15 minutes or some YouTube. Generally, I'm not a fan of my own films. I don't watch myself that much on screen. I I watch it once when there is a screening or something to see, because when I see myself, I can only see my flaws. What's I could have improved here, improved that. So not a big fan of myself. So I generally watch it to see if I'm going wrong somewhere so that I can improve. After that, if you ask me, I don't keep watching my films.
I was talking to the editor Sooraj of Kishkindha Kaandam. So I was telling, like, after so many years, when we were watching you as both of you youngsters, and now a little more mature characters when you're doing, it's quite thrilling for us to see. We all keep that nostalgia always, right? So
Till date, it's been what, 14, 15 years since Ritu released. Till date, people message about Ritu and talk about Ritu. So these are what good films are all about. It stands the test of time. People talk about it. It touches people in some way or the other that they still remember. I remember once in Bombay, New Bombay, Vashi, and all, some shopping complex I was there, mall. I ran into some guy in the loo. He suddenly saw me, was surprised, and he's like, "Sir," and he started crying. He's like, "Sir, Ritu's character, that Sharat's character, IT. I was in IT that time. These things happened with me. People cheated on me, and my friends backstabbed." He literally had tears in his eyes. I didn't know how to react. I was like, "Thanks," and then since he was crying, I didn't know how to say thanks. I said, "Thanks, yeah, if my work has touched you in some way." So these are the things what an artist lives for, right? Be it writing, be it painting, be it anything, cinema, touching people, making them cry, making them happy. So one lifetime, it's great, yeah, if this happens in my lifetime.
And interestingly, that was one of the benchmark films, like, for the new generation film, to be called so. Time in the timeline of Malayalam or any film, there is a new generation, but to the current trend, probably that would have been the trendsetter. Yeah.
Many people, sir, I was a kid when I saw it. I was in school when I saw Ritu, this, that, and this girl only. I said, no, after watching the film, when I came out, she was feeling heaviness in her heart. She's like, I was in school, I loved you, Ritu, I still love you, this, that. Then I was like, oh, thanks for making me feel old. She's like, no, no, no.
And that is a spontaneous, comment. There was this Kishkindha, your scenes shot.
It was Kerala Tamil Nadu border. That I think it's I landed in Coimbatore, I guess, and from there somewhere that side, Otapalam or something. I forgot the name of the place, but it's the border.
Okay, and I know you have been working in Hindi, Kannada, and Malayalam. So, what are the things that are coming next?
I shot for a web series with Nagesh Kukunu, sir. It's on Rajiv Gandhi assassination. So it's a beautiful series. It's very real. So hoping it will release soon. So which OTT, I don't know. It's not yet finalized, but maybe this year end or next year beginning. So that's there. And Baki to, its meetings are happening. Let's see if anything happens. I'll let you know.
And we as audience all demand you back in Malayalam films. So
Everyone asks me this question. Ashish, see, everyone asks me this question. And I reply saying you're asking the wrong person. You should ask this question to the filmmakers. They should cast me now. If they don't cast me, how will I come back into Malayalam cinema? They should offer me good films, good roles. I am ready to work. I have never gone anywhere. I was always there. If I don't get good films, good roles, how will I do good films? So you should ask the filmmakers this question next time. So when are you going to cast Nisshan?
Certainly, no, we will forget you, Ritu and Sarath character, and nobody's going to forget Kishkindha Kaandam anyway. So definitely, so get a place in Kochi anyway. So when there is a shoot, you can be here. Okay.
Definitely, whenever there's a shoot, I'm there. The problem is getting a good film.
It was nice, wonderful to you, Nisshan. After I know we had a chat for Alpha Beta Gamma.
Alpha, Beta, Gamma, yeah. It's been more than a year, I guess, right? Nice. I was smiling. Be like this always.
So I'll trouble you for the web series when it is releasing. So
Definitely. I would like to be troubled like this. No stress. Anytime. Thanks, Ashish. Thanks. Bye.
all the best.